Hello and welcome to Doha, Qatar. Pretty much an underrated city, especially in the Middle East, along with the rest of the world. But there's so much to see and do here. First of all, July is not the best time to come to Doha, but me being the brilliant travel planner that I am, I decided to come to Qatar, the hottest time of the year, with temperatures reaching as high as 115 degrees. I was here for a couple days. I've actually got a flight to Prague, leaving at about 2:30 in the morning tomorrow morning, so I got to get back. It's evening right now. I've got to get back and get ready for that, but I want to tell you a little bit about Doha. It's the capital city, obviously, of Qatar. Qatar is a peninsula. It's east of Saudi Arabia, north of the United Arab Emirates. It is a Muslim country. That's a no-brainer. It's got about 1.5 million people altogether. Over 50% of the population of Qatar reside in Doha, and it was established in 1825. They became independent in 1971 as a British protectorate. Okay, I knew that the British had an affiliation here. I just didn't understand all of it to its entirety until I started researching, Qatar. And it's considered a world city by the Globalization and World Cities Research Network. They have a part of the city called Education City, which is known for its research and education. As far as events that have happened here, notable events: 2006, the Asian Games were held here in Qatar, and also you had the 2011 was a big year for Qatar in Doha. You had the Pan Arab Games, 2011 AFC Asian Cup, 2011 World Petroleum Council met here. That was the 20th World Petroleum Conference. 2012 UNFCCC climate negotiations, and in 2022 part of the World Cup will be held here. Okay, several venues will be hosting the World Cup for 2022. So a lot of good stuff going on here. In May 2015, it was classified as a new Seven Wonders city. Okay. And it's the 10th most expensive city to live in the world. Okay, it's an oil-rich country, like much of the Middle East and the countries that are in the Middle East. A lot of petroleum here. In fact, if you look at the skyline back there, a lot of that was built with petroleum and banks. By being funded by petroleum companies and by banks, of course, who help them manage their money and help them use their money. As far as the leadership. Okay, it's like a monarchy, or it is a monarchy, in a sense. It's called the Emir. It's not called a king, but it's called Emir. Okay, Emir of Qatar. You had Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, if I said that right. From 1995 to 2013, he was the Emir of Qatar, and that's like the king. You see pictures of him everywhere. In fact, you could probably see him if you look close enough on one of these buildings back here, all over cars and buildings, and there's a lot of places named Hamad, the airport, Hamad International Airport. Okay, now his son is now in charge, and his name is Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, and I apologize again if I did not get that name right for anyone who is Qatari or anyone who knows the proper pronunciation, and I'll start getting that right before I make these videos from now on. Since 2013, he has been the Emir of Qatar, and the way people dress, you see a lot of the the cloths. People wear the gowns, the Muslim gowns you see the women wear with the scarves on their head. Some of them, they cover their entire body, including their whole face. You can't even see their eyes. The Qatari Muslims, they dress with a white gown and with a black kind of bands around their head, a couple of black bands around their head, along with a couple of lanyards that kind of hang down toward the back. It's actually really neat to see the culture here and the way they dress. Now, like I said, it's a Muslim country, and which means that you cannot come into the airport and bring alcohol or pork, pornography, and drugs and stuff like that. In fact, you can only find alcohol really in hotels here. You can't even find alcohol at the airport. I don't see any bars around here. From my understanding, it's only in the hotels, and not every hotel serves it. The hotel that I'm staying at, the Stratos by Warwick, they don't have any alcohol there. You have to go next door to the other place called the Oryx Rotana, something like that. I'll figure it out. But you can get alcohol there only after a certain time after noon, I think, when they open up, you can actually purchase it there. So very conservative, very traditional, not as much as with the likes of Saudi Arabia and some other places, but it is a Muslim country, and they do respect that, and you have to respect it as a tourist, okay? Like I said, the weather is hot here this time of the year. The best time to come would be, December through February. That's when it's not so hot. Temperatures got as high as 115 while I was here. The best thing to do is stay indoors, and if you're outdoors, stay in the shade, get some water, minimize your time in the sun. Between even like by 9 o'clock, it's over 100 degrees. This time of the year. So you just want to. You can go outside. You can go outside. You can go around. You can sightsee, but just be conscious of the weather. And if you're a tourist from a place that's not known for its hot climate, then you have to really be aware of that. And if you have health problems, you have to be aware of that as well. So just a lot of water, stay out of the sun as much as possible, stay indoors as much as possible, and enjoy it as much as you can without getting sick, with heat exhaustion or heat stroke or anything like that. It's very important. Don't come in July, okay? Let's just say that. Don't come in July like I did. Come in January, February, December, whatever. But don't come in the summer like I did in July. It's just too hot. Now, as far as tourism, you have the Doha Corniche, if I said that right. You have the Albida. You have the Museum of Islamic Art, which is awesome. I went there, took pictures, videos, really cool. About 4 floors, 4 floors worth of exhibits, 3 floors worth of exhibits. The 4th and 5th floor are new exhibits that are opening up. And they have a little outdoor area you can enjoy there. And they have a big shopping area across the street from there. It's also close to the Gold Souk, and the Al-Qut Fort. Okay. You have the Aspire Tower, which they have a restaurant on the 47th floor that's open after, I want to say 7 p.m. And you can go out there and you can get a good panoramic view of the city. Okay, that's a really good place to go if you want to get a good aerial view of the city. The Qatar National Museum, interesting. Now, one thing I want to do more than anything else next time I come is watch some camel racing. Okay, they have a camel racing at the Al Shahaniya Camel Racetrack, and Qatar is, like I said, it's underrated. Doha in Qatar, it's an underrated city, underrated country, but it's fascinating. The skyline at night here in about an hour, it's going to be all lit up, and that's when I should have done the video. But I want to say something. I totally respect the culture, the way people dress, the religion, the laws, and I like that because that's why there's not much crime here, as far as domestic crime. You don't see a lot of drugs. It's very clean. My goodness, this is such a clean place. Reminds me of Singapore, just very clean because they have strict laws like Singapore. You don't want to, walk around half naked, high cut shorts, tank top, look real flamboyant and flashy. If you go into certain places, certain shopping malls, they may ask you to, or restaurants or hotels, whatnot, they might ask you to go back and change and then come back. They won't arrest you or anything, but they'll tell you to, you need to go and you need to cover up. Okay, I'm wearing like shorts and a sleeveless shirt, and it's not a big deal. But you also in some places you can't take pictures and videos without the permission, okay, of the place. Some places don't require it, some places do. Not a big deal. I just told them I'm a travel blogger. I showed them my website. I said I'll do some free marketing for you guys. Just let me you get some footage here. I tried to get some drone footage of the skyline, guys, but my drone, it did not hold up battery-wise, and my phone did not either. And I'm still trying to improve my my travel planning habits. Okay, so I'm really sad I couldn't get an aerial view of the bay and the skyline back there, because it really is something. And but I got some pictures of it, so it's okay, and I'll be back here eventually. Anyway, I was gonna say that I respect the religion, the way the women cover up. A lot of them cover up and all that stuff, but for us tourists, us guys from the Western world, it's a shame, because Qatari women are beautiful. Okay, they're very pretty, but a lot of them do cover up. So if you come here as a tourist, especially an American or any other Western kind of tourist, respect the culture. Everything will be cool, and you'll make some new friends, and you'll enjoy it. There's a lot of cool stuff to see and do here. With that said, I'm heading to Prague here in a few hours, and I'll see you when I get to the Czech Republic. Peace out. Guys.